Hello, everybody. This is going to be your June Leo Sun, Moon, and Rising video for June 2025. If the messages do not resonate as a Leo Sun, please check back to your Moon and Rising sign. I'm going to get straight into the reading because I'm way behind. I have with me the Radiant White deck. I'll be using the Kippers to clarify if necessary. And I will be pulling a Black Oracle Tarot. A Black Dove Oracle card. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Let me turn my camera around. And we'll try to get... There we go. I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph, but I'm going to do another shuffle and rifle. This is a 9-card spread. Cut the deck. Here we go. 2 of Cups. The Devil. It's 2 of Swords. Already I have 2 2s. The Strength card. The World card. The 7 of Cups. Last row. The 4 of Wands. The Queen of Wands. And finally, the Ace of Cups. What is over the entire reading? The energy? It is the King of Wands. So, I will tell you that usually when I have court cards come out of matching suits, they are either in a relationship together or they're married to each other. So what do I have? I have 3 cups, 3 major arcana cards, 2 wands, and a sword. And this may be about at least 3 people will be being involved in a situation. So right in the center I have the World card. That's a Saturn card, as is the Devil card. They're both ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the taskmaster. He just teaches you hard lessons. But the World card implies that you are about to graduate in life. You're about to level up to the next level on a spiritual level. And it says that you have gained all the skill, wisdom, and knowledge that you need to do whatever you want. It can sometimes relate to overseas, abroad, because of the connotation of the world, but I don't see any travel here. And the card, it says, if you look at the figure in the center, you have a balance. Everything is in balance right now. And you also protect it before you step out. So this is about thinking about where you've been, where you came from, where you are now, and where you'd like to go. Think about all those things before you step out and make a new move. The cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future, interplay of the cards. I said I have two twos, and two twos can be about a commitment or engagement. Now, I say that, and I kind of feel it's a romantic thing, but commitment and engagement can also mean embody your working career. You can be committed to doing something, a job, or a career, or you can be engaged like somebody hires you to do something. We're talking about the third dimension here with the World card and the Devil card. So across the top, I'm looking at the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is usually the card that signifies a very good romance or a very good relationship. You all get along well. You respect each other's thoughts and ideas. You care for each other. Sometimes even your health can improve with the person. See the caduceus there? But it also can relate to letting you know that the right kind of partner will come along. Okay? But then we have this Devil card. And the Devil speaks to, first, he speaks to hard work. It's the third dimension. So we're talking about food, clothes, money, sex, drinking, all the things that make us alive on the third dimension. That's what the Devil represents. Temptation. But he can also represent those things that make us fearful, can make us, not make us, but it can also speak to power games, control issues. It can represent something that seems like it's going to be bad, but it turns out to be okay. It's about rolling up your sleeve and doing the hard work. What do you commit yourself to? Do you commit yourself to this relationship, or is it something else? So that's where the temptation comes in. And here we have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is about, basically, let me back up. Cups represent the emotional quotient, how you feel about a situation or person or thing. Wands represent your focus, passion, determination. And swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas. So here with the Two of Swords, I think you know something, or you kind of get the inkling that something is not right. But you're not sure what it is. At least you think you don't know what it is, or you're not sure. Because the reason I say that is because the figure in this card, if you can see, her left eye is not covered all the way. I almost had it in view. And that lets me know that you do kind of know what's going on. But you're in a position where you feel like you can't move, or you can't do anything, or you don't know what to do. Because the Two of Swords represents emotional confusion, which is backed up here with the Seven of Cups. It also says that maybe you get some kind of troubling message coming. But believe me, even if you, in this situation, you feel like you don't know what to do, so you don't do anything, but not doing anything is a decision too. You don't always have to react. Trust what your intuition is telling you. See the water behind her? The Strength card comes out. And the Strength card says, if there is a problem, the best way to approach it is with calm. See how she is opening the mouth of the lion? She's facing the beast. but she's not doing it in a violent manner with a chair or a whip or a gun. She just walks over and opens the lion's mouth and peers in. It's about being gentle and not being maybe so defensive about something. And she has the lemonade tape over her head. So this can, that number 8, so this may happen maybe even in August. I'm giving it a time frame all the way out to August. Like your birthday. But then we come to the 7 of Cups. And the 7 says you have too many choices about what to do, that you don't know what to do. You have so many options, you don't know what to do. So this can be about fantasizing, hallucination, fear even. But the card is a 7, so the 7 says one thing. It says to expect a surprise. It doesn't say if it's a good surprise, just expect a surprise. But it also says you absolutely can positively choose the right thing for yourself. Here we have 7 cups, and each cup is a different thing. There's self-actualization, temptation, property, riches, peace, and power. But if you can identify what the most important thing is, which is a shrouded thing, some of these things may fall away. And you can focus on what's really important. A lot of things can sometimes be distractions or fluff. And if you can clear your mind and concentrate on what's the most important thing, then you can act in the correct manner. 4 of Wands. It's a 4, so it represents a stable energy, foundation. And this card is known as, to me, the shacking up card. It doesn't imply that you are married. It implies that maybe the relationship you're in will go to a deeper significance than you first thought. And have something to celebrate. So if you're working hard or you have received a promotion or a bonus, it says celebrate those things that you can celebrate. And here we have, this is kind of odd because both of these, the King and Queen, the court cards, represent entrepreneurial energy. They own like their own businesses, or they run some kind of business. Usually they have people working for them, and they delegate the task. So they can be Leo, I can't think of the third, Sagittarius, or they can be fire signs. Let me just say that. And then we have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is just an opportunity to reset emotions, have a fresh emotional start. It can indicate anything. A proposal, a new friends, trips, but it's something that will make you feel very good. But you have to be in the right frame of mind to accept the opportunity. So what I'm looking at, the possibility of a couple, but there's some confusion, maybe around living situations. And over here, you don't know what to think about what's going on. But you actually have strength and approach the situation or the problem or the issue with grace and kindness, especially to yourself if you made a mistake. And you can reset your emotions. But here down the center, I have the Devil, which speaks to power and control issue. Who has it, who doesn't? Somebody trying to exert their will over you. If they are doing that, they are Usually it comes from a poor ego or weak ego, making you fearful. It can speak to drugs, overindulgence in some aspect, whether you're spending money or sex or drugs or alcohol. But the card says that you are never chained in such a way you cannot be free. See how the chains are really, really loose around their necks? Now, tutus, I told you what tutus mean. And I told you that sevens are what sevens mean. Eights mean a spiritual number. It also means that a karmic number. So it also means that perhaps there is some money coming on the way. It's always money numbers. So over here, it's the same thing. I have this King of Wands sitting off to the side. So I don't know what's going on in this spread. I'm to be honest with you. So I'm going to turn over the Court card because traditionally she is a person. And so that leaves me the Two of Cups, Two of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Cups as they relate to these three major arcana cards. So maybe I can find out some extra information. The Two of Cups tells me nothing. It can also speak to contracts and agreements and or meetings between business partners are imminent. It indicates that a new friendship or romance is of a positive nature. The cups indicate the unity of two people, and if you are forming a new relationship, the Two of Cups suggests that it will be extremely rewarding and successful. It doesn't tell me anything about these three cards though. The Two of Swords, I kind of think there's some kind of hesitancy. Maybe somebody's playing head games some kind of way. Two of Swords tells me nothing. But it says to show caution and restraint against making rash decisions you may regret later. Be prepared to be open to all options, or you may lose out. The Two of Swords tells of tough choices and decisions. A crossroads. This is what two stand for. It stands for options, decisions, choices. A crossroads. But it tells me, the Two of Swords tells me nothing about being next to the Devil, the Strength, or the World card. The Seven of Cups. Next to the World card. It asks you to have a good look at your life and be prepared to make some big changes and decisions to your life and lifestyle. Appearing next to the World card, the Seven of Cups brings a message to analyze your fears and then get rid of them. They will enable you to obtain your goals and aspirations. And the Four of Wands. Next to the World card, it invokes a very powerful vibration and tells of the possibility and opportunity to become involved in an important large-scale operation, organization, or project. That's why I told you about the work part. So maybe the job is going to take you overseas by August. You may get something that takes you overseas. And this is about, you don't know if you should accept it or not. This is temptation. The Ace of Cups. Doesn't tell me anything. And maybe this person, the male, has something to do with the situation. I'm not going to pull any Kipper cards on this because I think the meaning is too open and ambiguous. But it can be either a love relationship or a business opportunity. And maybe you two, the king and queen or wands, are alike. They are. It signifies that they are more alike than they realize, I think. Now, I'm going to pull a Black Dog Oracle card, but first I have to tell you, the Oracle cards are divided into 3 groups. The first group is called the Core Issue, which says that every challenge has a source, and that source is always on your mind. Thus, the Core Issue can identify where there is a fracture or a miscalculation in logic related to the issue or question. Projection, that's the second group, reflects justifications and rationalizations in your mind that are preventing you from seeing the core issue. That if they are not removed or worked out, will eventually cause you internal suffering and quite possibly external hardship. Then there are the action cards, which are broken down into 2 groups. But the action cards give advice about what to immediately do next in relation to the query or problem. The blue action cards suggest the internal state of mind that you should foster in relation to the question. Like the cups, how you feel about it. Red action cards relate to the external response to the situation, with the logic being thoughts always precede action, and therefore are causal agents that affect everything that happens afterwards. That's why I think it's a mini marker cards in here telling you to stop and think about what you're doing before you make a decision. I kind of get the feeling I don't see any travel here, like boats or horses or something like that, that always signify travel to me. So either way, I think that it's going to be something that may happen in August, that is going to have you trying to decide what is the best option for yourself. So let's pull a Black Dove Oracle card and see what comes up. This is an interesting spread to me. No matter how many readings I do for how many people, every story is different and every story has interest to me. And I learned something myself from the cards every time I throw a spread. Okay. The card is called Initiative. I think this came out twice before. Can you see it? I hate that the cards are kind of like, you can see the word initiative. Yes? There. And initiative is on page 127. It's a seahorse, I think. It looks like kind of a cross between a seahorse and a Capricorn. And it's an action card, a blue action card. 127. Prepare your mind to move. No matter how small the first step must be, step. Do not stand still for any reason. And I tell you that sometimes the devil can appear and you are frozen in place. It makes you not know what to do. It's fear. I think fear is a big part of this. So, that's what I have for you. Until next time, namaste.